The first two episodes of Shogun are now on Hulu, and I just watched them, and they're fantastic so far. So make sure to go watch them. But let's get right to the review. Welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. As I said in the intro, I'm going to be reviewing the first two episodes of Shogun today because that's all are out so far, and this is going to be a non-spoiler review, so don't worry about that. I am planning to review this again once all 10 episodes are out. I'm going to go full in depth on how I thought about the series as a whole. Make sure you leave a like, as I said, and follow me on all my socials. Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd helps out a lot. But I'm going to read you guys a quick plot synopsis of the show just so you know what it is about. When a mysterious European ship is found marooned in a nearby fishing village, Lord Yoshi Toranaga discovers secrets that could tip the scales of power and devastate his enemies. This is like the first event television series of the year so far. I was kind of blown away by what I saw, and this event television is something that you want to tune into every single week because it's that good. I will say, I kind of think of event television as not, of a binge, but as something that drops every week, or, something that drops 3 episodes at once, then it drops weekly after that. And I haven't had an experience with event television since probably when, Marvel and Prime Video were dropping Gen V and Loki last year, like last November, last October, because I was just so hyped to tune into that every single week. Loki was amazing. Gen V was one of my favorite shows of last year. And that's what event television is. It's something that you want to tune into right when it drops. You're like, I don't want to go on the internet. I don't want to see spoilers for the next episode because I'm just so into it. I'm just so hyped. I cannot wait to watch the next episode. And hopefully, June will also be the same because The Boys season 4 is dropping that month, and The Acolyte, I think, The Bear, but I think that's dropping all at once, so that's not really event television. But hopefully we get a lot more event television because we only have our first event television series of the year, and that is this show. I mean, some people can say the new True Detective series was, but I didn't tune into that. I wasn't able to. I was a little busy when that dropped. Maybe I'll tune into it, a couple months down the line, binge that, see how it is. But this show is, the first two episodes are all an hour each. I think the first episode's like an hour and 15 minutes. So this is what event television is. It's like an hour or longer episodes, and one every week and all that. We got two the first week, so you can get a little bit more of an introduction. I love when they do that, especially when Prime Video does it with shows like The Boys, give you a big introduction just so you can know if you really like this show, because one episode doesn't really engage you that much. You want to tune in to see some other episodes, and this one dropped two, and I thought each were brilliant. So now I'll be tuning in every Tuesday for this show. But my time, I think it drops Monday night, but I'll have to watch it Tuesday for the next 8 weeks because the show is 10 episodes. It's a mini series. I already got 2 so far, so you're gonna get 8 more. And I suggest that everyone does the same thing because this show is already so terrific, so grand in scope. I was kind of blown away by the whole, you know how huge this show is. It's crazy. I was just not prepared by how epic it would be, and I kind of went in blind with this show because I went into the show just not knowing anything. Because this show is based on the Shogun novel, and it's also kind of a remake of the miniseries of Shogun made in the 1980s. And I never read the novel, never seen the original miniseries, so I didn't know what I was getting into here. But I think that was the best part about it. Sometimes I think it's best not to watch any trailers or know anything about a show or a movie before going into it, because you get a full-blown experience about knowing nothing about the characters, knowing nothing about what's going on. You really get that huge full experience. It's really cool. So I literally watched no trailers for this. I maybe saw just a little bit of footage of it. It's like, it's a samurai show, and I'm like, I like samurais because I own Ghost of Tsushima, and I've only played like a little bit of it. I still need to finish it, and after this show I'm definitely going to finish Ghost of Tsushima because samurais are so cool. And I was like, this is cool. Going in blind might have been the best decision of my life because this show is truly epic. It's a true epic television series and a spectacle of a streaming show that looks like all of its budget was spent well. We've been having issues with, like, I would say Marvel shows in particular, where the show was made for like 200 million, and it looks like none of that budget was spent on screen. It looks like maybe 20% of the budget was actually spent on the show. But all of this show looks like all the budget was spent on screen. It reminded me of, how epic shows can be. Like, Game of Thrones was. House of the Dragon is one of the newest epic shows we have. And it's a true drama with enough action that makes the show very badass. I was like, some of these action sequences are very short, but the samurais, they're trying to kill the other person like very fast. They're not trying to make the fight go on for like 10 minutes. That's not really the point. They're trying to kill this other person because they want to. they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it very fast if they can. And the set design and costume design here are out of this world. It looked very authentic. And what really made it for me is that they don't look cheap like some other shows. Some other shows set designs and costumes just look all just so cheap. I this show probably has some green screen, but I think the production design is what really made the show for me. The costumes look great. I was like, damn, I really want to go to really want to go to Japan or Osaka because this is so cool. The scenery, cinematography of the land of Osaka is beautiful. As I said, made me want to go back in time and visit the lands during this time, even though I would actually die because they're not gonna like me. I'm not one of them, so I would basically die at that time period. But just because how cool everything looks in Osaka, how cool all the characters act and all that, how cool like their hair is, the costumes, as I said, just the samurai swords. I was like, I'm just loving everything about this. So this show is just beautifully designed. I do want to spend a little bit talking about the cast in this because the whole cast I think does a great job for the first two episodes here. And even though I don't recognize maybe like 80-90% of the cast, I'm really loving everyone's work and how they're really making every character feel really major because I love how they're making, I love the characters in here so far. At least some of them you like more than others, but I love the character development of everyone. Everyone feels like a kind of major player in this kind of chess game of, power and all that, power and struggle. And, it's very deceptive of what's going on here, revenge stories and all that. Very cool what's going on. I do want to talk about, the three main leads though, which the first one is Hiroyuki Sanada, which, this man's a complete legend. We all know Hiroyuki Sanada. He's been working as an actor for so damn long. I think over like 40 years. And it's so cool that he gets to act in something like as big as this big streaming show. And, he also does play a role as one of the big producers of the show. So it's cool that he has a big hand in, the development of the show and acting as, the major character as this show at Toranaga. And in the first two episodes, I think he's really great. And he is also a very quiet character during some of these big moments that people do not want alive. They want to kill him so badly. This power struggle is so intense what's going on here. And he seeks a risky alliance with someone else that we do know through this series, John Blackthorne. So that's really interesting how that's going on through the, the first two episodes and all that. I'm really loving what they're doing there with those. But Hiroyuki Sanada, man, man's been on a roll with this. He was in John Wick 4 last year, Bullet Train a couple years ago. I'm really loving him a lot. He's been working a long time. I think he does deserve this kind of big role. Happy he's getting it. Happy he's doing great. And I think he gave a great performance so far. And Cosmo Jarvis is another true lead in this. And he's truly an unknown actor for me personally. But I absolutely loved his performance and what he's giving for the character of John Blackthorne so far. John Blackthorne is kind of a complex character that I'm liking a lot. He's a true crazy man in like the first episode, kind of in the second episode also. And he wants, his ship crashes on into like Japan or Osaka, and the crew has a hard time, and he's the only one kind of taken in. One of his crew members, they basically kill him in a boiling pot of water, and I'm like, that is brutal. That's a brutal way to die. I was like, holy crap, this show is going into insane levels I was not prepared for. But yeah, John Blackthorne, he's a crazy man, and he wants everything to work out into his favor. And he kind of lies and kind of deceives people at the beginning just so he can, stay alive. He can try to keep his crew alive for as long as possible. But it was shown like episode 2 by the end that he can help Toranaga and he becomes a really interesting character by the end that will probably have a really great journey throughout these whole total, last 8 episodes throughout the whole 10 episode series. He's going to have a great character journey. I can already tell. And the last character I want to talk about is Anna Sawai. She plays Mariko. I think that's how you say her name. She's a damn goddess so far. Like, holy crap, she's beautiful, her character is beautiful, and she stands her ground as a very strong female character. Anna, I haven't recognized her for anything I looked up. She was in Fast 9, I think it was. I don't really remember her character too much in that, but she is terrific here. As I said, very strong female character, which a lot of shows need, which a lot of shows and movies are lacking nowadays. And she has some very strong beliefs in like religion and all that, who to follow and all that. And Mariko acts as an interpreter for, Toranaga and Blackstone, how they talk to each other, because one doesn't speak Japanese and all that, so you're going to have an interpreter. And I think that her and Blackstone seem to be having, I'm not sure if it's going to be a love story so far, but just seeing them on screen together in episode 2 kind of like in this interesting, kind of path together, maybe towards the end of the show. I don't know, because she really doesn't like him so far because of his beliefs and all that. But I'm thinking, he's Blackstone already started redeeming himself by the end of episode 2, so I think they're gonna maybe turn into a friendship. Maybe it's gonna be a love story by the end of it, because the actors did kind of say in interviews that this is kind of a love story, maybe between them two. But that would be very bad for some characters, I would say. But yeah, I'm interested in their path going forward. But Mariko, I think that she is a very interesting character, and I'm thinking that her character will also go on some pretty interesting paths, because she's a very strong female character, as I said. And I saw in the trailers and what's coming next at the end of episode 2 that she's wielding weapons, fighting people. I'm like, she's gonna be so badass by the end of this. Just a beautiful warrior. And Anna Sawai, I think, gives a great performance. I'm loving what she's doing here with this character. Loving this whole trio, the main trio here. It's great so far. The performances are off the charts. So overall, the first 2 episodes of Shogun are absolutely terrific. Blew me away from someone who doesn't know anything about Shogun, the book, or anything. It's an epic, grand spectacle of a TV show. The set design, costume design, all look great. I just love the shots and here. The scenery of Osaka looks great. Performances are off the chart. So I'm going to give the first 2 episodes of Shogun a strong 9 out of 10. Truly the best TV show of the year so far, and we still have 8 more episodes to go. Like, after the second episode was over, I was like, that's all? I need more. Give me more, please. And then the trailer for what's to come made me so hyped. I was like, damn, this is so cool. So I really do recommend this to anyone. It's on Hulu. The episodes are all an hour long. It's terrific so far. But let me know, have you watched Shogun? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments if you did. If you did enjoy this review, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.